Hey guys, welcome back to Star Citizen. In today's video, guys, we're going to be looking at an old footage that I recorded around 3 months ago. So basically whenever patch 3.9 came out, where they opened up the new Babbage landing zone. So this is old footage, but the commentary is post-commentary. It's new commentary. So hello guys. Now you guys probably have already figured it out from the video title of what this video is going to be about, but let me give you guys a quick rundown, a quick background of what's going on. So here I am in microTech. You might be wondering, how did you end up here? Well, I was mining in the Argo Mole. It is the multi-crew mining ship, and like a noob, I tried to solo the ship, one-man the ship, which you shouldn't, for reasons which you'll find out in a second. I went ahead to mine a rock. I got out of the cockpit. I went down the ladder to the middle turret, and I fell through the floor. I basically fell through the floor. It was a bug back then. I fell through the floor, and I'm down here on microTech, freezing, looking up at my ship. My ship is like 50 to 100 meters above the ground. There's no way for me to get back on the ship because there's nobody else on the ship. So I'm stranded here. I had two options, either to respawn or to try and see if I can survive, see if I can make it to somewhere. And here's this mining facility, this Shubin mining facility, SMO-10. It is 10 kilometers away from my position right now, but I didn't record my first bit of my journey, pretty much because as you guys saw, the Argo Mole is like 7 kilometers away from this position right here. So I've walked quite a bit. I've walked quite a lot actually. It was through really rough terrain. I wasn't sure if I wanted to record this or not, but here it is. So we've already gone 7 kilometers. There's another 10 kilometers to go, and this is going to be a perfect opportunity for you guys to have a look at the surface of microTech, at the various different features, the weather, and everything. Now I want you guys to stop watching the video now. Just pause the video and let me know in the comments section below. Basically vote for one of the 4 different options, like a multiple choice exam. A, am I going to die of hypothermia? Am I going to get lost and die? Or B, am I going to get killed by a player? C, is the game going to crash before I make it? Or D, am I going to make it safe and sound? So go ahead and write that in the comments section and then come back to the video. So it'll be interesting to see how well you guys know this game. So basically, as I said, this is from patch 3.9, okay? And in Star Citizen, there's no way to navigate. Like right now in the game, there's no way for you to navigate anywhere. Like, it's not like you have a handheld GPS, and as you guys can see, it's getting quite cold. Negative 59 degrees C. And this is during the day. So there's no way to navigate. It is very difficult to navigate on the surface of any planet at the moment in the game. But I decided to give it a shot. Now I knew from my ship that this mining facility is that way. So the direction that I'm heading is that way. I knew that much only. So it's somewhere over there. If you can look all the way out, it is somewhere out there. And I have to make it there before it becomes nighttime. And hopefully we're not going to get stuck in one of those superstorms, because the temperature can go down really quick, really far. Like it could go down to like negative 100, I believe. I'm not sure. But yeah, so the visor in the first person view, as you guys can see, it's all mucked up and it's like there's frost everywhere. Now one way to check if you're doing the right thing is obviously you can look at the map, but have a look at the distance. So if I'm getting closer, that means I'm heading the right way, right? Now, this is really interesting, this part right here. Now you can see there's deadfall, right? There's a tree, basically a chopped down tree, or just it's fallen down for some reason. And I was wondering if we could, like in a later patch, be able to make a fire. That'd be pretty cool. Like basically try and survive, you know, work on some of that survival instincts, some of that survival mechanics in Star Citizen. That'd be something very interesting. So that was the hill behind me that we were just on, okay? Now, one thing that this episode taught me is that how big the Star Citizen playing area is, guys. When you're zooming around in your ships at 1,000 meters per second, you don't really understand how large this game is in terms of play area. It is massive. As you guys can see, we've traveled about 1.5 to 2 kilometers, and it's taking forever for me. Now this video is heavily edited. It is heavily cut down, it's heavily edited. In real life it took me about, I'd say about 1.5 hours. 1.5 hours of footage. So this is being cut down significantly. Now over here we can see more trees. So this is like more of a forest type area. But there is nothing about here that can help you basically shelter you from the elements. And as I said, this place can get really, really cold. Now originally when I dropped out of the ship, I only had my explorer suit on. And the survival timer only gave me like half an hour to survive with these conditions. So I put on some armor, as you guys can see here. I think it's the AD4. I'm not sure what it's called. It's like a really beefy, heavy armor, and that's pretty much allowing me to survive. But as you guys can see now, there we go, 8.2 kilometers from that mining facility. Now 8.2 kilometers, as I said, is nothing if you're traveling at 400, 500 meters per second. But out here on foot, you can really appreciate how large this game's playing area is. Really, it's just like mind-boggling at how big the play area is. And also, let's just take a moment and admire the beauty of microTech. I mean, the artists here at CIG have done an incredible job. Look at this. Just look at the trees. Wow, this looks so good, doesn't it? Look at the sun rays, the light rays coming through the trees. So yeah, they've done an absolutely fantastic job with how this planet feels. I feel like I am in a cold climate environment. Like if I hadn't said this is microTech, I could have just made up something. Say like we're in Canada. Like we could have said this is a game about Canada, or this is a game about Siberia. This looks fantastic. Now, back then, 3.9, I didn't know how to activate the visor wipe thing to wipe clear my visor, so you gotta forgive me for that. I'm not sure if that was implemented back then. I'm not sure, but it's implemented now. But yeah, it takes absolutely forever to make it to like 5-6 kilometers on foot. Now, as I said before, we have one problem here, guys. I cannot slow down or stop because the sun is going down. Now, as soon as the sun goes down, the temperature is going to drop quite rapidly, and there's the sun. How beautiful is that? That's gorgeous, but we don't have a lot of daytime left, so I've got to run. I've got to keep running. Now have a look at the footprints in the snow. How cool does that look? He kicks up a bit of snow, and the wind just blows that bit of snow away. Yeah, as you guys can see, the storm is picking up, so it's getting colder. It's getting colder, but I'm just amazed at how good this game looks at the moment. I want you guys to have a look at the footprints and how he kicks up a bit of powdery snow, and it's getting blown away by the wind. It looks pretty awesome. It looks pretty cool. But yeah, the wind is picking up. It's getting colder, and you gotta constantly check that distance. So 7.6 kilometers. So we're getting closer. We're heading in the right direction. And is it getting colder? Yes, it is. It's negative 61. It's negative 61, and it can get a lot colder. So, I cannot. Even though I want to rest, I cannot rest. I have to keep going if I want to make it. I wish I knew how to wipe my visor so we can go in first person. But you guys can see the blizzard, the storm that's coming in, the wind. Now look ahead. It's like a bit of fog, and the area ahead is a lot different from what's behind us. It's a lot more featureless. Just keep looking at that the footprints on the snow, guys. This is so cool. This is remarkable. Check it out. Just check it out. Wow. But yeah, the area ahead of us seems to be featureless. Now, this type of environment where it's completely featureless is very, very difficult to navigate. Because trees and hills and rocks and stuff like that give you points of reference for, well, you can see that wind is picking up. And the wind also slows you down as well, by the way. Yeah, as I was saying, like, featureless terrains can get you lost, especially if you don't have a good navigation system. I mean, Star Citizen doesn't have a navigation system at all for on foot. There are no GPSs, there are no maps, nothing. And it's getting colder, -62. Yep, and hunger and thirst is kicking in as well. As you guys can see, this is all I have. This is all I have to make my way to that Shubin mining facility. And it's getting, the sun is getting closer to the ground, guys. Now this is what I wanted to share with you guys. See if I can survive, and to give you guys a really good look at the surface of microTech. And we also have to discuss survival elements. I want there to be survival elements. Oh, look at the blizzard. It's really kicking in, isn't it? Now, as I said, this footage is heavily edited, so I've cut out a lot of, as you guys can see, we're a long way away from that hill. Have a look. So let's talk about the survival elements inside Star Citizen. So I want to be able to build a shelter. I want to be able to hunt. I want to be able to make a fire. You know? So, but there's going to be very different types of planets. Like you're going to have, is it getting colder? Nah, no, it's the same. There's going to be different types of planets. So there's going to be toxic planets. There's going to be radiated planets. There's going to be obviously colder climate planets, so on and so forth. But I want to, oh, have a look. Oh, we don't have a lot of sun left, guys. Not a lot of sun. Daytime is going away fast. But yeah, I want there to be survival elements in Star Citizen. And there we go, guys. Voila. The sun has almost set. You can just barely see it. Oh, it's gonna get colder. And I also want predators in the game, guys. They've already talked about creating creatures for microTech and various different planets. But yeah, survival elements 100% will make this game better. Now let's have a look. Let's check the distance. Okay, 5.1 kilometers. 5.1. So we've come 5 kilometers so far. Yeah, so I want there to be predators, to be to have the ability to create shelter, fire, hunt for food. So this is the sort of stuff that will make it really fun. And there we go, sun is set. The sun has officially set, guys. But how beautiful does that look? That looks amazing. Wow. And I hope the sound of the game is coming through as well, guys. The howling of the wind. Now, I'm lucky here in a sense that I'm not running against the wind. Otherwise, it would have slowed me down greatly. Sort of, it's coming in. The wind is coming in from like 2 o'clock, from 2:30. It's not straight ahead. It's not from 12 o'clock. And what do we have here? There we go. Oh. Whoa, that's quite steep. And you can't slip in this game at the moment, I think. But I cannot wait. I have to run. It's becoming nighttime, and I'm gonna freeze to death if I don't make it there in time. And there could be people right now above me, you know, traveling and just moving around, but there's no way for me to communicate with them to say, you know, come and help me. But do you want them to know that you're here? That's another question as well. I mean, people could just, you know, come down and just, you know, rob you or just kill you just for the fun of it, right? Do you want to activate a beacon so people can come and pick you up? That's up for debate as well, right? Would you call for help? I would. If I could survive on my own, I'd rather survive on my own. Oh my god, that looks so amazing. That sunset with those trees and the cloud and the snow. Wow. That looks good. Have a look at it right there. That's an amazing screenshot. Oh, guys, have a look. Now, if I pan the camera again, have a look. There we go. See those 2 stars? I'm just going to navigate using those 2 stars. So I'm going to keep those at my 12 o'clock straight ahead position. And that's where I'm going to head. See those 2 stars right there? Okay? Keep those at my 12 o'clock. And I'm going to probably make it to where I want to go. So 4.5 kilometers to go. Cool. So 6 kilometers. We've already traveled 6 kilometers. 4.5 to go. So those 2 stars. You got to remember to keep those 2 stars straight ahead. And wow, that just looks so cool. That's an amazing screenshot right there. If you can get it to get a screenshot of that's perfect. And have a look at that cluster of stars behind us. I'm gonna keep that at 6 o'clock. So that's what I wanted to do when I was actually recording the footage. I wanted to keep those two stars straight ahead, and that cluster of stars, that like nebula looking thing, at my 6 o'clock. So those are going to be my point of reference because it's going to get dark soon. Wow, that just looks so good. I'm still you know, shocked at looking at it. I'm not sure if I took any screenshots, but that looks so good. And the temperature is probably dropping a lot. And here it is, nighttime. Yep, officially the sun has completely set. It is nighttime. This is officially nighttime. There's no ifs or buts about it. We are 3.8 kilometers away from the Shubin mining facility, and it's negative 64. Now we're lucky. Negative 64 isn't that cold yet. As I said, it can go. I think it can go above negative 100, which is super cold. Just gotta make sure that I don't break my legs. Yeah, I have to leg it. I have to run. I have to run like really fast to make sure that I get there. Now, there's no way for a player to be able to spot me here, right? Like, you would think there's no way someone could find me here. But you gotta be, you'll be surprised. You'll be surprised. Now, as I said, the main thing here is for me to constantly check my distance, and here I do that. And I have a look. We were at 3.8. Now we're at 3.9. So I'm panicking here. I'm like, oh, am I lost? Because I'm moving away. Have a look. My distance is increasing. So somehow I've made a mistake here. I am moving away. Now we're at 4 kilometers. Wow. Okay, so I'm panicking a little bit here. I'm looking. There's my Argo Mole. It's at 14.6 kilometers now. And the light doesn't really help. The light isn't helping because of all the snow, blood's like kicking up, and the sludge on my visor. So I'm panicking a little bit here, and I find my 2 stars here. There we go. So I find my 2 stars. I'm like, okay, I was heading in the wrong direction. So those 2 stars actually help me navigate. So this is actually what they say is navigating by the stars. And yeah, pretty much I lost my heading, and I'm glad. I was actually very glad that I actually found those 2 stars, and it actually helped me. So if you have a look, I constantly check my distance. I constantly check how far away I am from the facility to see if I'm moving in the right direction. Now I'm checking my 6 o'clock. There's that nebula thing. There's that cluster of stars at my 6, and those 2 stars are at my 12 o'clock. So we should be heading in the right direction. I'm gonna check my distance here again shortly, and if we have moved down, if the distance has decreased, that means we're going in the right direction. There we go, 3.9. So for a moment, I was going in the wrong direction. It is really important to check the distances that between basically the 2 points. But I highly doubt anybody's gonna do this, guys. I highly doubt that people are going to be trying to walk on planets right now in Star Citizen. But this is just something that I wanted to do. Now, as you guys can see, the storm has picked up quite severely. It is colder. As I said, the light is not helping. The light is not helping at all. It's making it actually more difficult to see. So I'm just going to use the third person. Even though I like first person, I'm glad that they have a third-person view in Star Citizen now. But check out the blizzard, guys. Whoa. I've actually been in a situation like this in real life. I've been out in a place similar to this, obviously not as cold, but similar to this at night, and it's remarkable. It's remarkably beautiful. Winter nights are my thing. Like snow and winter nights, that's my thing. I love that. I love that. But you can very easily get disorientated. You can very easily get lost and die in real life in situations like this. So you got to be really, really careful. Yeah, and the position of the light is actually quite awkward. Have a look. I can barely see my stars, my two navigation stars. But yeah, so I want survival elements. I'm not sure what you guys think. Do you guys want like survival elements in Star Citizen? I'm pretty sure they're going to be adding them later on, like the ability to hunt predators, making fires, making shelters, stuff like that. But on the subject of calling for help, I mean, would you trust a player? Would you activate a distress beacon here in this situation? I know I wouldn't, because the people who can pick up that distress beacon can very easily come down and just, you know, mess about, you know, just either rob you or just make fun of you or just kill you for no reason. So I'm not sure. But there's a bit of a fog setting in. I'm not sure if you guys can see that. Checking my 6. Yep, I can see that nebula again. Oh, there we go. Another valley. Another valley down there. So we're gonna have to keep going straight and make sure we don't break our legs down this hill. And here we are. We're down that valley, down that mountain, and we're heading towards the stars again, the 2 stars, but through this kind of smaller valley. Now the storm has kind of subsided. It looks like it's getting warmer. Now I'm very, very lucky, as I said, that it's not one of those, you know, stormy, super cold nights on microTech. Let me see how many kilometers we are. We're at 3.6. So this was making me worried back then. You can see I'm checking the map. Now the facility is exactly to our 3 o'clock. That's what the map is showing. But I don't trust that map. I don't know what I'm seeing on the map. Like, I'm not sure if I can trust it. But we're not really making a lot of progress. And right here, I was starting to get worried. I'm like, okay, am I going the right way? Because about 20 minutes ago, I was like 3-point-something kilometers away, and I'm still 3.6 kilometers. And here, the snow starts picking up again, and I think I'm lost. I'm at this point, I'm thinking I'm lost because check out the night sky. Wow, that looks so cool. But at the moment, I'm thinking I'm lost. So I will open up the navigation panel here. There we go. So we're not making any progress. If you have a look, that blue cross is me, and that green marker is where the Shubin facility is. So it's exactly to our 3 o'clock. It has to be. So I can no longer trust those 2 stars heading in that direction, right? So because we're getting really close to the place. So I have no choice but to move to the right. So from now on, I'm going to keep those stars not at 12 o'clock, but more at like 10 o'clock or 9 o'clock if you have a look. So I decided to gamble, basically. See those 2 stars? One of them just is masked by the mountain. So I'm just going to try and keep them at the 9 o'clock position. Hopefully, and if I don't get any closer, I'm going to change the route again. So I'm going to check again. I'm going to check right here. 3.5. There we go. So that was the right decision. Heading this way is the right decision. So I'm going to have to head this way now, keeping those stars at the 9 o'clock position. Right there. You can see me checking. So yeah, it's super duper difficult to navigate like this in Star Citizen at the moment. And as I said, I doubt anybody would be walking on the surface of planets like that. And right about here, I spot something. Do you guys see it? At 3 o'clock? You guys see it? The blinking light? What is that? You guys see that? Right there. Let me turn off the light. There we go. You guys see that? What is that? Obviously, that's a light. That's some sort of man-made light over there. Now, at this point, I'm thinking, what is it? Is it the mining facility there? Or what could it be? Is it a ship? Is it people? Is it a drug den? What is it? And I'm going to constantly... So we're at 3 kilometers. Now I'm going to go towards that light source. And I'm going to see if I get closer, then that is where we want to go. Now, if I get further away, obviously it's not. Now, it could... I'm checking in. There we go, 2.9. So we're getting closer. Okay? So it could be that facility. Or it could be a bunch of players just, like, you know, hanging around. Or it could be like one of those drug den things, you know, those randomly placed drug labs or whatever it is. So I decided to head this way anyway, but I'm going to check again. But how amazing does the sky look? The stars. It looks really, really cool, doesn't it? Looks like breathtaking. Like, have a look. Eventually, we'll be able to point to one of those stars and say, I want to go there. You can actually physically go there. I'm not sure how that would be implemented, to be honest, but I'm hoping that you can look at the night sky and be like, I want to go there. And actually go there. Get in your spaceship and just head there. But yeah, at this point, I'm not sure if I'm heading towards a player ship. I'm heading towards the mining facility. Am I heading towards a drug den? I have no idea, guys. But as I said, this was a really, really eye-opening episode for me, in that I found out how large, actually physically, how massive the Star Citizen play area is. It is absolutely crazy. It's bonkers. Like, I've been running around here for almost 1.5 hours. Have you ever played a game where you could run for 1.5 hours straight and not cover almost less than 1,000th of the play area? I mean, if you consider the space as well. So checking the distance here again, 2.3 kilometers. So we are getting closer. So it's most likely that light source is the Shubin mining facility. Now the good thing is there are armistice zones around the different outposts. So even if there are players there, we're not gonna get shot. Basically. So we're doing fine. We're thirsty. 73% for hydration. But yeah. And I don't have any food or water as well. I forgot to mention that. I don't have any food, any water. I do have some weapons. Looks like the storm has subsided, probably. Completely, actually. It's actually getting warmer. It looks like it. But yeah. I highly doubt people would do this, but I actually like walking on the surfaces of the planets on in Star Citizen. So you guys, if you guys enjoyed this episode, let me know in the comment section if you want me to travel to other planets inside Star Citizen or other moons, see if I can survive in a hotter climate. If you guys want to see that, let me know in the comment section. Maybe you could do something else like Ariel or Aberdeen or something like that, or Hurston. We could do Hurston as well. Now, yeah, the light, as I said, doesn't help. It actually makes your path less visible rather than more visible. So just a little bit more to go, just over this hill, and we can finally find out what this light source is. So are you guys ready to change your what you voted for at the beginning of the video? You guys think I'm gonna make it? What's gonna happen? What's over this hill, guys? Is it A? Is it B? Is it C? Or is it D? Be honest now. Don't change your answer now. Alright, there we go. We're getting closer. I can see a secondary light source. At this point, and like when I was playing it, I was like, yes, I made it. I made it. This is it. Have a look. Yes, heroic moment, guys. I made it. Have a look. This has to be the Shubin mining facility, right? This has to be it. So I'm running. And I'm like, yeah, I made it. I'm victorious. And yep, just a little bit more to go. Come on. Yeah, we made it. Oh, what happened? Yeah, guys, thank you for watching the video, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Until then, bye-bye.